Good morning, students. We are going to start our online classes, and today what I am going to discuss with you is the chapter number 3. The topic is biodiversity. Okay, I have mentioned the pages here. Page number 31 to 35. Explanation is given in the video. What is biodiversity? As you already know, bios meaning living, a life of organisms, and the diversity is the variety of organisms. Fine. Now, if we join these two terms, what does it mean? It is the variety among species, how they differ from each other and how they are similar to each other. We are going to discuss about biodiversity. First of all, you know that biodiversity, living organisms, and diversity is the variety. If we talk about the biodiversity of plants, the term in the biology we use is called as flora. It is particularly used only for the diversity of plants. And if we talk about the diversity of animals, we use the term fauna. What is the term? Fauna. Clear? And if we talk about the diversity of flora and fauna, the plants are almost about 0.5 million on the earth, and if we talk about animals, they are about 1.5 million on earth. So look here, how much diverse are plants and animals on the earth. We really need to know how would we study about their diversity. For that, we usually use the system of classification. But before that, we should know what factors are actually dependent on the biodiversity, and these factors are climate, first of all. Then comes altitude. Then comes soil and this different species. These factors tell us how important is biodiversity. These factors tell us how diversity is created on the earth. The diversity is created on the earth about 4 billion years of evolution. How much? 4 billion years of evolutionary period recognize this biodiversity. Fine. Then comes next topic, and the topic is why it is important. Why biodiversity is important? Why should we study about the biodiversity? First of all, what is important? It provides food for human. It provides food for human. The second point is it maintains the water cycle. It maintains the water supply on earth. It tells us how important it is. Then comes, it involves in the recycling of the nutrients. Fine. Now we will study about the classification. Why should we classify these organisms? As we know, there is a large number of organisms on this earth. We need to classify. The biologists can study those organisms easily. For that, we use the term classification. First of all, taxonomy. It is the simplest branch of biology that only deals with classification. The branch of biology that deals with classification. Then comes another branch of biology, and that is called as systematics. It deals with the classification plus the evolutionary history of organisms. What does it mean? Systematics. It deals with the classification. We divide the organisms into groups and subgroups. Then comes its evolutionary history. What is evolutionary history? It tells us what were their ancestors and how they are related to their ancestors. Ancestors किसे कहते हैं जी? आपके अबाओ अजदाद. आप कैसे उनसे related थे और आपका उनसे क्या relationship था? कितनी closely आप related हैं या कितना आप में dissimilarity उसके अंदर है? For example, if we take an example of a sparrow and pigeon. Now look at the two organisms. They are highly closely related. Sparrow is a bird, pigeon is a bird. Their structures are quite similar. But if we say sparrow is how much related to any insect, we will find no relationship. As insects are tiny organisms, sparrows are much larger than that. So How would we study? We study the evolutionary history of organisms. We study the evolutionary. Sparrows and pigeons are closely related. That is why we say they have some relation. In which branch of biology we deal with it? Systematics, that deals with classification and the evolutionary history of organisms. Then comes taxonomic hierarchy. What is taxonomic hierarchy? Taxonomic hierarchy is the term we use to distribute the organisms into different groups. And for biology, we use the word hierarchy, taxa. Taxa is the term we use to divide the organisms into the group. Taxa is a plural one. And when we talk about the singular, we use the term taxon. What? Taxon. Always remember taxa. Okay, now the topic is taxonomic hierarchy. Now what is taxonomic hierarchy? It is actually the distribution of organisms into different groups. And in biology, what term we particularly use for the group? That is called as taxa for plural. If we talk about many organisms in one group, we say taxa. If we talk about only one taxon, one thing, we use taxon. Now, on which basis we use or to classify the organism? First of all, the similarities. Then comes their structures. That can be the internal structures and that can be the external structures. Then come stages of development. Fourth one, the genetics. The modern technique nowadays, the systematic is using is the genetics. It tells about the DNA of the organism. We can match the DNA of the organism with its ancestors and we can classify them into one taxa. Fine. Taxa is the distribution of organisms on the basis of their close similarities. Always remember the largest taxon in biology, the largest group you can say in biology is called as kingdom. What it is? Kingdom. We start with the kingdom. First of all, the basic information. We have 5 kingdoms in biology. You don't have to worry. In the next lecture, you will come to know about how many kingdoms and how they are distributed. Right now, you just need to know there are how many kingdoms? 5 kingdoms. Fine? Now comes. What is the way of classifying them? First of all comes the kingdom. Then comes phylum. Then comes class, order, family, genus, and then comes species. These are different taxa. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. What are these? These are the classification system. We will start from the species. First of all, if we talk about any species, first of all, we will take human being. What? Human being. Now, species. As you know, they are Homo sapiens. And as I have already told in the class, how would you write the species name? First letter of the genus would be the capital. The second one would be the smaller. And we have to underline them. Homo sapiens. The name is Homo sapiens. First line, first word is capital, then comes second one would be smaller. And we have to underline them. Otherwise, you will not get the marks and the question would be wrong. Homo sapiens. First word is capital, the other one is the smaller, and you have to underline them. Remember always, you have to underline them. Then comes, what are the species? How would you? The same organism. What? The same organisms are grouped into which taxa? Species. Then comes, same species, the related species are grouped into genus. Which taxa? Genus. Then comes family. The same or related genus या genre जिसे आप कहते हैं, related genre जब हम plural में ले लेते हैं, वो क्या बना देते हैं? Family. And the related families or closer associated one will make the order. Order closely related. Order will describe what? Class. Then comes phylum, closely related class. They will make phylum. And then comes the kingdom. Are you getting the point? From species, the lowest or the last one taxa in the classification is called as species. And the largest one is called as kingdom. Fine. You have given the example of human being and the pea plant. The classification is given in your book. You can read it from there. Homo sapiens, you have given kingdom, Animalia, phylum, Mammaliae, class, primates, class Mammalia, and all that. Then species. As you know, what are species? These are closely related organisms that can interbreed freely and that can produce fertile offspring. Okay, as I have mentioned in the homework, you have to do the practice of that work. Write down in your notebooks the short questions and long questions are given in detail. I hope you will understand the topic.